Kharza, the biggest marten on Earth. Ever wonder what's the biggest marten in the world? It's Kharza, also known as the yellow-throated marten. Kharza is an Asian marten species that's also the largest marten in the Old World. But before we head on to talk about these animals, let's talk first about martens. What are they anyway? Martens are weasel-like mammals known for their bushy tails, short legs, rounded ears, and huge paws with partially retractable claws. They are also slender and agile animals who have been developed to live in the taiga. Depending on the species, their fur, which is highly valued by fur traders, varies in color from yellowish to dark brown. These animals are found in some parts of the United States and Canada, as well as in the Old World, from Europe to the Russian Far East in the islands of Sumatra, Borneo, and Taiwan. Typically solitary, martens are forest-dwelling animals that can easily climb and feed on fruits, carrions, and animals. Some of the best-known species of martens include the American marten, pine marten, stone marten, Nilgiri marten, and the yellow-throated marten, or the Kharza, which we're going to be talking about in this video. So without further ado, let's begin. Thomas Pennant's History of the Quadrupeds, 1781, contains the first written description of the yellow-throated marten in the Western world, where it was given the name white-cheeked weasel. It is referred to as Mustela flavigula in Peter Bodert's Elenchus animalium. A long time after Elenchus was published, numerous zoologists doubted the existence of Kharzas until Thomas Hardwick presented a skin to the Museum of the East India Company in 1824. Description: Kharza, as mentioned earlier, is the largest marten on Earth. It belongs to the family Mustelidae, which includes other animals such as weasels, otters, and badgers. Kharzas are distinguished for their brightly colored fur with a mixture of black, white, brown, and golden yellow. On their hindquarters, you'll notice that their color is browner, while their bellies and flanks are bright yellowish. They have a pure white chin and lower lips. Meanwhile, their chest and lower part of their throat has a bright orange-golden color. Contrary to the color on their chin and lower lips, the Kharza's tail is pure black, with the tip having a light violet wash shade. Large, muscular, sturdy, and flexible, Kharzas have elongated chests and necks and a small yet pointed head. Their ears are large with rounded tips, while the soles of their feet are covered in rough fur. However, their foot pads are naked, while their paws have few hairs. Unlike the fluffy pine marten, beech marten, and sable marten, Kharzas have relatively short fur. Meanwhile, the length of their tail is about 2/3 of their total body length. Their skull is similar to those of beech martens, but it's much bigger. Meanwhile, their baculum is S-shaped and the tip has 4 blunt processes. Typically, adult male Kharzas grow from 50 to 71.9 centimeters in length, with a weight ranging from 2.5 to 5.7 kilograms. On the other hand, females are smaller at about 50 to 62 centimeters in length. Meanwhile, their weight ranges from 1.2 to 3.8 kilograms. Despite these numbers, Kharzas are actually large compared to other species of martens. Aside from their size, these creatures also have a distinct odor coming from scent glands located on their behind. They use this to protect themselves from those who will try to prey on them. I assure you, you wouldn't want to have this strong-smelling liquid on you. Distribution: Kharzas are found in Afghanistan, Pakistan, the Himalayas of India to eastern Russia, Nepal, Bhutan, the Korean Peninsula, the Malay Peninsula, the Sunda Shelf, southern China, and Taiwan. They've also been reported in Bangladesh, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. In Asia, there are 9 subspecies of Kharzas. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, these animals are reported to be found in various valleys of Danyor Valley, Shunder National Park, Gilgit-Baltistan, the Osay National Park, Geyser Valley, and Fander Valley. These animals inhabit coniferous and broadleaf forests, montane forests, and subtropical and tropical dry and moist forests. In addition, they also live in shrublands, low mountains, and lowland swamps. However, aside from their anecdotal observations, we still know very little about Kharzas. In fact, there's no population estimate about them, which makes it a challenge to identify their conservation status. Even though their population is decreasing, Kharzas are listed by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, as least concern due to their wide geographic distribution and large habitat. Habitats and lifestyle. Kharzas are agile and alert animals who typically hunt in pairs, although it is possible to see them hunting in packs of 3 or more. These animals are diurnal hunters and they cover wide yet temporary territories. In a single day, Kharzas are known to patrol about 10 to 20 kilometers of their territory. However, individuals travel less. In Thailand, Kharzas travel about 1 kilometer per day with an average range of 7.2 square kilometers. When hunting, these animals usually attack and hunt on the ground. But because they are excellent climbers, they may also climb on trees and then jump up to 8 to 9 meters from one branch to another. And because they're strong and fearless animals with bright coloration and foul odor, Kharzas have no natural predators. Diet and nutrition. Kharzas are omnivores and eat a wide variety of foods from fruits to animals such as rats, mice, snakes, eggs, lizards, hares, squirrels, monkeys, small reptiles, and ground-nesting birds. If given the opportunity, they'll also prey on cats and poultry, as well as small ungulate species including wapiti, musk deer, spotted deer, goral, and roe deer. Sometimes they'll also feed on wild boar piglets and, believe it or not, panda cubs. Pretty much these animals will feed on whatever they feel like eating. Fearless and crafty, these animals will hunt a musk deer during winter months by driving and chasing it into the frozen lakes and rivers. Hunting in groups, they will surround their prey. And with hooved animals being at a disadvantage on slippery surfaces, Kharzas will surely take down the poor deer in no time. On average, 2 to 3 Kharzas will forage on a musk deer carcass within 2 to 3 days. The yellow-throated martens are also said to kill and feed on muntjac fawns in the Himalayas and Burma. Meanwhile, in locations where they are sympatric with tigers, these creatures will trail the latter and feed on their hunts. Unlike other species of martens, Kharzas do not eat carrion. In locations where the climate is warm, they mostly feed on fruits and lizards. Another thing that makes them different from other martens is their love for fruits. In fact, these animals will choose fruits over vertebrates. For example, in an area where both rodents and fruits are available, they will choose to eat the latter. Their preference for fruits is not found in other species of martens. As top-level predators, Kharzas help in controlling the populations of deer and other animals they feed on. And as mentioned, since they also eat fruits and berries, Kharzas greatly contribute to dispersing seeds throughout the forests where they live. Furthermore, Kharzas are reported to be fond of honey and are seen eating bees at the entrance of bee nests. Although Kharzas have no natural predators, there have been found remains of individuals in the stomachs of Siberian tigers, as well as Asian black bears. Mating and reproduction. Kharzas breed from mid-February to late March, as well as from June to early August. During these times, male Kharzas compete with one another for access to females. Meanwhile, females undergo delayed implantation. Once she mates with the male, it doesn't necessarily mean that she'll become pregnant. Instead, she'll only be pregnant if the environmental conditions are optimal. Usually, females produce 2 to 3 kits per litter. And although rare, it is possible for them to have 4 to 5 kits in a litter. Typically, the gestation period lasts from 220 to 290 days. There is limited information about the lifespan of Kharzas. In captivity, one Kharza lived for 16 years. And there you have it, all the things you need to know about the Kharza or the yellow-throated marten. I hope that by now you have a clearer and better understanding of these fearless predators of the Himalayas. After watching this video, what are your thoughts? Do you have anything to add? Feel free to comment down below. This has been Wild Facts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next video.